Have you ever felt like certain times of the year are just more difficult than others? Maybe you feel more tired, unsteady, or just not quite yourself. The truth is, as we get older, different seasons, weather changes, and even emotional moments can have a bigger impact on our health. Studies show that there are specific months, life events, and health transitions that put older adults at a much higher risk for illness, falls, and even serious health complications. These patterns aren't random. They're backed by research and real-life experience. Today, we're going to talk about 7 times when you should be extra careful. Some of them may seem obvious, but others might surprise you. And the last one? It's something that almost no one talks about, yet it can have a major impact on your long-term health. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss important health tips designed just for you. Now, let's get started. Winter, the most dangerous season. Cold weather isn't just uncomfortable. It can be life-threatening for older adults. The months of December, January, and February are some of the most dangerous times of the year, with increased risks of falls, flu complications, and heart attacks. Think about 2 men, Robert and James, both 75 years old. Robert is cautious during the winter. He wears warm layers, avoids going out when it's icy, and keeps his home at a safe temperature. He also gets his flu shot to protect himself from seasonal illnesses. James, on the other hand, doesn't like turning up the heat to save money. He still goes outside without proper winter shoes and skips his flu shot, thinking he'll be fine. One day, James slips on an icy patch while getting the mail. He breaks his hip and is rushed to the hospital, where he later develops pneumonia. Unfortunately, this is a common situation for many seniors. A simple fall can trigger a serious health decline, making recovery difficult and sometimes even leading to long-term disability. Cold weather can take a serious toll on your health, especially by raising blood pressure, which increases the risk of strokes and heart attacks. When temperatures drop, your blood vessels tighten, making your heart work harder to pump blood. This puts extra strain on your cardiovascular system, and for those with heart conditions, winter can be particularly tough. The flu and pneumonia are also much more dangerous for older adults. Your immune system isn't as strong as it used to be, which means a simple flu can quickly turn into something serious. That's why winter is one of the riskiest times of the year when it comes to infections and respiratory illnesses. Another big concern is falls. Icy sidewalks, slippery steps, and snow-covered driveways make it easier to slip and fall. And, as you probably know, a bad fall can lead to broken bones, especially hip fractures, which can take a long time to recover from. Winter doesn't just affect your body, it can impact your mood and mental health too. Shorter days mean less sunlight, and spending more time indoors can lead to loneliness and seasonal depression. This can make you feel more tired, less motivated, and even affect your appetite and sleep. The best way to protect yourself in the colder months is to dress warmly whenever you go outside. Make sure to wear layers, gloves, and slip-resistant shoes to keep warm and avoid slipping. If it's icy, use a cane or walker to stay steady on your feet. Get your flu shot before winter starts. This can help protect you from serious flu complications. Also, make sure your home stays warm. Keeping the heat at a safe temperature can prevent cold-related health problems like hypothermia. To avoid falls, be extra careful when walking outside. If you can, stay indoors when it's icy, or ask a family member or neighbor to help with errands. If you do need to go out, take small, careful steps and use salt or sand on your walkway to prevent slipping. Winter can also make you feel more isolated, so try to stay connected with family and friends. Even if you can't visit in person, a phone call or video chat can brighten your day. Also, keep yourself engaged with indoor activities like reading, puzzles, or light stretching to stay active. Winter can be a tough season, but if you take the right precautions, you can stay safe, warm, and healthy until spring arrives. 2. Summer heat waves. The silent killers for seniors. Most people worry about winter, But summer can be just as dangerous, if not more so. The extreme heat in July and August can quickly lead to heat stroke, dehydration, and heart problems, especially for older adults. Think about two women, Mary and Helen, both 80 years old. Mary stays indoors during the hottest hours, keeps a fan running, drinks plenty of water, and avoids direct sunlight. Helen, however, insists on sitting outside in the afternoon sun and often forgets to drink water. One hot day, Helen starts feeling dizzy and confused. By the time her daughter finds her, she is severely dehydrated and needs emergency medical care. As we get older, our bodies don't regulate temperature as well as they used to, which makes us more prone to heat stroke. Many medications, such as those for blood pressure or heart conditions, can make the body even more sensitive to heat. Dehydration is another big problem. Older adults often don't feel thirsty as quickly, which means you could be getting dehydrated without realizing it. This can lead to dizziness, confusion, and even falls. Plus, heat can make existing conditions like heart disease or kidney problems even worse. Make sure you drink plenty of water, even if you don't feel thirsty. Avoid going outside between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. when the sun is strongest. If you must go out, wear a hat, sunglasses, and lightweight clothing to stay cool. Keep your home comfortable by using fans, air conditioning, or cool cloths on your neck and wrists. If you don't have air conditioning, consider spending time at a senior center, library, or mall during the hottest part of the day. Most importantly, stay in touch with family and friends during heat waves. If you live alone, make sure someone checks in on you regularly to ensure you are staying cool and hydrated. Heat exhaustion can creep up silently, but taking these precautions can keep you safe all summer long. 3. After losing a spouse, the hidden danger of grief. One of the hardest things to go through is losing a spouse. What many people don't realize is that the months after this loss are one of the most dangerous times for your health. In fact, studies show that the risk of death doubles in the first 3 months after losing a spouse, a phenomenon known as the widowhood effect. Think about two men, Harold and George, both in their late 70s. Harold lost his wife 6 months ago, but he has made an effort to stay active, attend a senior group, spend time with his grandchildren, and keep up with medical checkups. George, on the other hand, has isolated himself. He barely eats, sleeps poorly, and avoids talking to family. Over time, George loses weight, becomes weaker, and eventually ends up in the hospital with an infection. His body, already weakened by grief, struggles to recover. Sadly, this is a common cycle that can lead to serious health problems. Grief can weaken your immune system, making you more prone to illness and infections. Many widows and widowers also neglect their own health, skipping meals, missing doctor's appointments, and withdrawing from social activities. Depression and loneliness can speed up cognitive decline, increasing the risk of dementia. Without the support of a spouse, simple daily tasks can feel overwhelming, making it harder to stay on top of basic self-care. If you have lost a spouse, don't go through it alone. Stay connected with family, friends, or a grief support group. Talking to others can help you process your emotions and prevent isolation. Even when it feels hard, keep up with your doctor's appointments, eat healthy meals, and drink plenty of water. Finding a new daily routine can bring structure and purpose to your life. Whether it's taking a short walk, reading, volunteering, or joining a club, staying engaged can make a huge difference in both physical and emotional health. Losing a spouse is one of life's greatest challenges, but staying socially connected and caring for your health can help you stay strong during this difficult time. 4. Post-hospitalization, the hidden risk of recovery. Coming home from the hospital should feel like a step toward healing. But for many older adults, the weeks after hospitalization are actually one of the most dangerous times for their health. Think about two women, Dorothy and Agnes, both 82 years old. Dorothy was discharged after a minor surgery, but she followed her doctor's recommendations, attended follow-up appointments, and had family members help with her recovery. Agnes, on the other hand, was sent home after a short hospital stay but struggled with her medications, didn't eat properly, and felt too weak to move around. Within weeks, Agnes was back in the hospital due to complications. This pattern happens far too often and is completely preventable. Older adults have a higher risk of readmission because recovery takes longer. Medications can cause side effects like dizziness or confusion, which can lead to falls. Even a few days of bed rest can cause muscle loss, making it harder to move around safely. Some seniors experience post-hospital syndrome, where the stress and inactivity of being in the hospital actually leads to further health decline once they get home. The key to a safe recovery is following up with your doctor. Don't skip appointments. Even if you're feeling better, make sure to take medications exactly as prescribed and watch out for any unusual side effects. Eating nutritious meals and drinking plenty of water is essential for healing. Even if you don't feel like eating, your body needs fuel to recover properly. Moving around is just as important. Don't stay in bed all day. Even gentle movements such as short walks or light stretching can help prevent muscle loss and keep your strength up. If possible, have a care plan in place before you leave the hospital. Whether it's family members helping with meals or a professional caregiver checking in, having support can make a big difference. Recovering at home isn't always easy, but with the right help, you can regain your strength and avoid serious setbacks. 5. Right after a major fall, a silent warning sign. A fall might seem like just a small accident, but what happens in the weeks afterward is critical. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury and even death in older adults, and how you respond to a fall can determine whether you recover fully or experience a rapid health decline. Think about two men, Frank and Walter, both in their late 70s. Frank tripped on a rug, but immediately visited his doctor, made adjustments in his home, and took steps to prevent another accident. Walter, on the other hand, brushed off his fall. Even though he felt sore and unsteady, he didn't seek medical help. A few weeks later, he suffered a more serious fall that led to a hip fracture, leaving him bedridden. A fall can cause hidden injuries, like fractures or internal bleeding, even if you don't feel immediate pain. Many seniors, after experiencing a fall, become afraid of falling again and start moving less, leading to muscle loss and even greater frailty. Once you've had one fall, your risk of another fall doubles. If the second fall is more severe, it could result in permanent disability or even death. Hip fractures and head injuries are especially dangerous, often leading to long-term complications. If you experience a fall, always seek medical attention, even if you think you're fine. Some injuries take time to show up, and it's better to catch problems early. Take a look around your home for fall hazards. Loose rugs, poor lighting, cluttered walkways, and uneven floors can all increase your risk. Consider adding grab bars in the bathroom, improving lighting, and keeping frequently used items within easy reach. Strengthening your balance and leg muscles can help prevent future falls. Simple exercises like leg lifts, chair squats, and gentle stretches can keep your muscles strong and your balance steady. If needed, use a cane or walker for extra stability. These tools help maintain independence, not take it away. A fall doesn't mean the end of your independence, but ignoring it can lead to life-changing consequences. 6. Seasonal time change, a hidden risk. When the clocks change for daylight saving time or the seasons shift into darker winter months, it may seem like a small adjustment. However, for many older adults, even this slight change can have a big impact on health and safety. Think about two seniors, Carol and Nancy, both in their 80s. Carol is aware that the time change affects her sleep, so she gradually adjusts her bedtime leading up to it. Nancy, however, ignores the time shift. She struggles with poor sleep for weeks, feeling groggy and experiencing more frequent dizzy spells. When your sleep schedule is disrupted, it can affect your memory, balance, and mood, increasing the risk of falls and confusion. Less daylight in the evenings can also lead to seasonal depression, which can weaken the immune system and drain energy levels. Many people don't realize that a time change can throw off medication schedules. If you take medications at the same time every day, even an hour's difference can cause missed or incorrect dosages, leading to health complications. Darker evenings can also increase the risk of falls, especially if you struggle with vision or mobility. When lighting changes suddenly, it becomes harder to see steps, sidewalks, and obstacles in the home. To avoid sleep disruptions, start adjusting your bedtime a few days before the time change. Going to bed 10 to 15 minutes earlier, or later, depending on the season, each night can help your body adapt smoothly. Make sure your home has good lighting, especially in hallways and staircases. Use night lights or motion sensor lights to prevent stumbling in the dark. Keep your medication schedule consistent, even if the time on the clock changes. If needed, set reminders to ensure you're taking medications at the correct times. Most importantly, stay active and socially connected. Engaging in activities, getting outside during daylight hours, and keeping up a routine can help prevent seasonal depression and keep your body and mind sharp. A simple 1-hour time change may not seem like much, but being prepared can make a big difference in staying safe and feeling your best. 7. After a major life stressor, the link between stress and decline. Life changes can be stressful at any age, but for older adults, major stressors, like moving out of a long-time home, financial struggles, or family conflicts, can have serious effects on both physical and mental health. Consider two women, Betty and Susan, both in their 70s. Betty recently moved into an assisted living facility, but she made the effort to stay engaged in activities, meet new friends, and maintain her routine. Susan, on the other hand, was forced to downsize suddenly due to financial struggles. She felt overwhelmed, isolated, and stopped taking care of herself. Within months, her health declined dramatically. When the body is under chronic stress, it produces high levels of cortisol, a hormone that weakens the immune system and increases the risk of heart disease. Stress can also cause seniors to stop taking care of themselves, leading to weight loss, poor sleep, and inactivity. Stress is also linked to faster cognitive decline, increasing the risk of dementia and memory loss. Emotional distress can even trigger physical illnesses, such as high blood pressure, digestive issues, and heart disease. If you're going through a major life change, finding ways to manage stress is essential. Simple techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or listening to music can help keep stress levels down. Maintaining a daily routine can provide a sense of stability after a big life event. Having set mealtimes, daily walks, or a favorite hobby can make things feel more predictable and less overwhelming. Social support is key. Don't hesitate to reach out to family, friends, or a community group. Even talking about what you're going through with someone who understands can be incredibly helpful. If stress feels overwhelming, there is no shame in seeking professional help. A doctor, counselor, or even a trusted religious leader can offer guidance to help you manage emotions and find solutions. Change is never easy, but finding ways to cope in a healthy way can prevent stress from turning into a serious health problem. There are certain times in life when our health is more vulnerable, but being aware of these risks can help you stay safe, strong, and independent. We've now covered 7 key time periods when older adults should be extra cautious, from seasonal dangers like extreme heat and winter cold, to emotional risks like widowhood and stress, and physical threats like post-hospital recovery and falls. If you or someone you love is going through one of these challenging times, take extra precautions and reach out for support. Which of these time periods have you experienced in your life? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this information helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Taking small precautions today can add years of health and happiness to your life. Stay safe and take care.